Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for clicking on the video. As you can tell from the title, today we're going to talk about Destiny Payton Williams. So before we get started, could I please get you to like the video? And also, if you haven't already, could I please get you to subscribe? I'm on the way to 1,000 subscribers and I really need your help. Before we get started, y'all know what it is. Let's go ahead and do this disclaimer. All information in this video is alleged. All commentary is in my very own opinion. This video is strictly for entertainment purposes only. Let's go. Miss Destiny Payton Williams, former cast member of Love and Marriage Huntsville, is actually all across these YouTube streets. Destiny has been trending due to a video interview that she did with another content creator. So firstly, I want to say that I do see that Destiny recently filed for bankruptcy. She filed on September 29th, 2023 in the Alabama Northern Bankruptcy Court. Lets us know why now she chose to speak out regarding her ex. In my opinion, Destiny is on a rebranding tour. She's basically going to do interviews and try to get herself seen in a different light. Some people seem to believe she's trying to get back on to Love and Marriage Huntsville, and that may be the case. So we're going to go ahead and talk about that today in this video. So Miss Destiny did definitely have a lot to say in this recent interview, and she spoke a lot on her ex, Mr. LeBaric, and I just want to get into that. I'm not saying that I don't believe her. What I am saying is that the timing is not only convenient, but some of the things she brought up in her interview seem a little sketchy to me. Now, these are my opinions. I'm not here to prove her wrong or anything like that. This is just an open discussion, and we're going to talk about it. Destiny said she did not return to Love and Marriage Huntsville due to contractual issues. Now, the host went ahead and he took her saying contractual issues as a monetary issue, and he said, oh, so that must mean it was something to do with money. They didn't want to pay you what you wanted, so you decided not to return. And I completely disagree with that. When Destiny said contractual issues, I believe what she really meant by that is what we have already been told by Carlos. This is a reality TV show. Destiny had already been told by production that she was being labeled as difficult to work with, and they were saying she was not being 100% open and honest about what was going on in her life. She was kind of guarded. She didn't want to talk about certain things. If you're a reality TV star, I can only assume that your contract has something in it that you have to be willing to work with production and telling your story and being honest and open. So I feel like by not doing that, she had to have violated some type of clause in her contract, and that was the official matter for her dismissal off the show. Now, one reason I believe Destiny did not correct the host when he said it had to do with money is because that narrative actually looks better for her. Oh, I didn't return because they couldn't pay me enough. That looks better for her image than, oh, I was difficult and I didn't want to be open about my reality. When she said that right off the bat for me kind of started off like, okay, she's not going to be 100% truthful. She's going to say certain things where it leaves the door open for us to make our own assumptions. And so that right there, to start the interview off, that kind of put me on an alert to listen to what she's not saying rather than listen to what she is saying. With Destiny and what we see with a lot of people on Love and Marriage Huntsville, they like to play word games. Now, Destiny also went on to say that LeBaric reopened their divorce. She said he reopened it so he could file certain contempts and basically try to get her arrested and thrown in jail. Now, when the host asked her what contempts were he exactly bringing forth to try to get her thrown in jail for, her first answer was, I don't know. And then she had to think about it for a moment, and she said, well, saying that I violated something or it has to do with financial reasons and he'll try to find me in contempt. So what? She never went into detail about what exactly she meant by that. Okay, so were you ordered, or was it in your divorce that you were supposed to pay and keep up with payments on certain things and you weren't upholding your obligations? So then he felt the need to go back and try to get you filed in contempt because you weren't doing what you were supposed to be doing? Is that the case? It sounds like he opened it back up because maybe you weren't holding up to your obligations. People were saying, oh, LeBaric was going out his way to seemingly get Destiny locked up. I don't see that. And of course, I'm not privy to everything that goes on inside their marriage or have went on inside their marriage. I don't see that when it comes to LeBaric. Destiny has said that LeBaric financially abused her and that he used the judicial system to abuse her. Sometimes, divorces can get very, very nasty. She said that she believed the Crime Stopper airing of her was arranged. She said I think they had only filed the charges like 4 days prior to it airing. So she believes someone set that up. This interview was definitely to rebrand herself. She said she could have pressed charges on LeBaric numerous times, but she chose to protect him, and who knows, maybe she could have. And I believe that LeBaric actually did seek an order of protection. Destiny, why didn't you file? I think she did file after she was arrested for the forgery crime. I think she then tried to go get her an order of protection, but I believe it was denied. She did not mention any of these things in the interview, you guys. She said that LeBaric punished her by not naming her son a junior, by refusing to acknowledge her on his insurance, which in turn left her with a $20,000 bill from the hospital. Now, allegedly, the paternity of their son had came into question. And I don't know, maybe if that was a reason, maybe LeBaric wanted to get a DNA test before he agreed to let his insurance pay for the hospital bill. I don't know. This is all speculation. I'm just throwing it out there. Destiny is not giving us enough information. So we have to kind of formulate our own opinions and, put things together to see what really happened. And I'm assuming that could have been a reason that she was stuck with that hospital bill, if the man didn't know that that was his son or not, if that really happened. I found it interesting that she said that LeBaric was not the breadwinner in the family. On one hand, you said you wanted to get the divorce over with and very quickly, so you basically agreed to everything that he wanted and gave him everything. You said one of the only things you asked for was to be able to, I guess, remain in the house, which both of your names were on the deed, so but I guess since he was the one paying the mortgage, she wanted him to continue to pay it. So on one hand, you said he's not the breadwinner. You wanted to get the divorce over with as quickly as possible, so you agreed and you gave him everything that he asked for. But on the next hand, you said you wanted to refinance his loan. If he wasn't the breadwinner, and you didn't have to depend on him financially, why did you need to refinance his loan? Why didn't you go out and secure your own loan? One thing I do agree with Destiny when she said pertaining to the housing, she said people were making videos saying that she was squatting at the house. Now, I believe Destiny, they said you were squatting because you weren't paying it. But I will say that if you needed time to get yourself together, I believe you had the right to do so. So, just being open and honest about certain stuff, especially if you're going to put other stuff in the limelight, being honest can save you from getting criticized so much online. So Destiny also stated in an interview that the therapist had supposedly told her and LeBaric both that LeBaric would never be able to give Destiny what it is she is looking for. Destiny stated that the therapist went on to say that LeBaric had been raised to basically give his loyalty and protection to his mother and his grandparents, and so he would never be able to give it to Destiny. If you want to speak on something that happened in therapy, let it be your own part. You said you were in therapy and you were discussing what you supposedly went through. So why not stick to that? You trying to tell us what this therapist supposedly diagnosed LeBaric, saying that he wouldn't be able to provide that to his wife. I believe she said it because it kind of supports her narrative. It's like, look, this licensed professional even said that he wouldn't be able to give me what I needed. While I do think Destiny has been through a lot in her life and she is very guarded. I do believe that manifested as anger. But I do believe that Destiny has a nasty attitude, and I think she has a long way to go. And it's unfortunate because she is a grown woman, and she's getting up there. So I would hope that she could actually start some healing and truly working on herself. As far as her saying that she was in an abusive relationship, I believe that it's in court documents, and it has been alleged by LeBaric in those court documents when he was seeking the protection order that Destiny would push him and brush up against him and then tell him, oh, you're pushing me, and then call the cops and say that he's doing something to her. When she said she was abused, how I just keep going back to that scene when her and LeBaric were sitting down and they were eating with the Holtz, and how her facial expressions, her body language, she said she's fought back, and she said so for a long time she didn't think of it as abuse because she was fighting back. But in my opinion, Destiny looked like she would throw a good punch. She seemed to be more short-tempered than LeBaric, and that was just to me, and that's from me observing them together the short time they were on the show. She seemed to be more of a hothead. So what do you guys think about Destiny filing for bankruptcy? What do you think about her interview? And go ahead and let me know down below. Drop a comment. Please, before you leave, go ahead and like the video. It helps a lot. It helps my content get pushed out there so I can grow. Like I said, if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. I will be dropping some more content. Until next time, you guys. Bye.